Today we're going into the 6th road of Golding Ying's Tan Tui. It's a sweeping action and then a punch like line 2. As I stated in previous video, line 6, 7, 8, and 10 will start from the horse position, the bow and arrow position with the ma, the horse. And there's a couple of details I want to cover in the horse. So this is a sweeping action and then the punch. In the sweeping action, you're sweeping the knee, come back together like this, just a little bit of resistance tension, and then you can punch like that. Again, sweep, punch. So if you're taking a break between lines, you can start from the standard opening position, go into the upper punch, and then do the sweep and the bow and arrow stance. Or you can just go into the bow and arrow stance and begin your lines. Line 6, the 6th road, will be going this way. So I'll start over here with my back to you. The opening, the bow and arrow. First action will be going low, locking, then a grab into retraction as you do a punch like in line 2. I'll turn this way so you can see. From the bow and arrow stance, drop down, sweep, grab, and punch. Again, as I stated before, sometimes the distance of your horse is not long enough, wide enough to have a comfortable falling stance. So you might have to adjust your stance as you do the sweep by going down, stepping out a little bit. It's okay to step back or step forward. So if you're here, stepping, that little bit of step forward is okay. Or from here, stepping back so that you're in a wider stance, so you can go down to do a good falling stance, is okay too. So again, we'll be going back in this direction by facing you so that you can see the action. From the bow and arrow stance, you're going to sweep down and then come back up and punch. Okay? Up, bow and arrow. Sweep down, punch. Block it like in line 1, and then pointed toe kick. And then you go to the double retraction position, the panda position, as we called it earlier. And then you're going to step sideways, step behind, and then step out into the horse, the ma, and then punch. Open, bow and arrow, sweep down, sweep up, punch, block, kick, step, and punch. So from this bow stance, you're going to step behind into the horse. Here, sweep down, grab, punch, block, kick, step behind, punch. So that completes the first side, one cycle of the action. It's a pretty simple line, but what you're going to find in the coming lines, 6, 7, 8, and especially 10, all the up and down action is going to be tax your endurance. Of course, if you do slow stance work, you won't feel it as much, But if you do start doing it fast and continuous, one line after another, they're going to feel it. So the important thing in these later lines is that you're going to have to work a lot on your falling stance. Again, as we mentioned before, in the falling stance, if you're not limber enough, you're not agile enough, you're older, it's okay to do a half stance and then do your action just so that you can enjoy doing the Tantuay. I'd rather you do that and enjoy the Tantuay than struggle over trying to do the falling stance. There's nothing to prove here, but when you're young and agile, doing a full falling stance has the benefits, of course, strengthening your ligaments, tendons, your muscular ability, and also the ability to bounce out of that stance into the next action is part of the Shaolin system for like evading low, down, and then coming back up. But if you're just learning, just go ahead and do it slow. So I'll do it like that for you. From the bow and arrow, you can only go down a little bit. Grab, punch, block, kick. Just go down a little bit. Grab, punch, block, kick. Run. So I did 2 cycles for you there, so you can kind of see the action. I'll do a little bit faster. Bow and arrow. Sweep down, punch, block, kick, run. Sweep down, grab, punch, block, kick, run. If you're on this side, you're going to do the windmill turn, and then up into the bow and arrow. So let's go over the points that you need to be totally aware of when you're doing this line. It's pretty simple again from the bow and arrow stance. The sweep, when you're doing the sweep, as I watched the video, I could pick up things I forgot to mention. From the bow and arrow stance, as you're doing the first sweep, this turns into the normal retraction as you're coming down. Grab, and then so this will be in a position to do the straight punch out. Again, from the bow and arrow stance, the fist is turned out here, and then as you're sweeping down, you see how that right turned back up again, and then you're doing the standard overhand horizontal punch. Again, you'll be in a pretty straight line, and all the footwork on this line will be pretty much in line. From here, you're not going to step out. You might be able to pivot out a little bit, but pretty much your feet are on a straight line. You try to keep it, you don't have to be like on a tight rope, but basically straight line. From the bow and arrow stance here, as you sweep down and then grab and then punch. You're gonna block. Again, remember, it's not just static here, but it's kind of a blocking down and coming up and then relaxing. As you come up with a kick, this is going to come back up to this position, so both your arms, elbows are straight back. You kick, and then you're going to turn for the run. Let's start from here. Here, sweep down, grab, punch, block, kick, and then step behind, and step behind, and punch. In this position here, the elbow will be pointing back, not out like that, back. So now, if I start it here, I'll end up in this position after the first cycle. So then to do the next side, all you do is same thing, sweep down, grab, punch, block, kick, then the step behind run into the punch. Again, if you're facing this way when you're done, you're going to do the windmill. If you're facing this way, if you did like 3 repeats, then you just need to step together, go into the bow and arrow stance, or line 7, 7th road, and going back this way. Okay. Again, it's a